It doesn't even make sense why I think about you. It was only one night, only that time, and it's not my style to be caught up in the middle like this. Cause now I dream about you. I was probably too drunk, it's blurry, but I've got the image of you running circles in my mind right now. And it could fade away, but it probably won't, and I should let it be. But I'm gonna dive into you. Maybe I'll drown, what can I do? And it will be alright to let me down. Rather we try than let these feelings slide. So I'm gonna dive into you.
It doesn't even make sense why we try to fight it. Every time that we touch the room caught on fire. We could blame it on the wine, but we know that we will both be lying. I wish I didn't want you. I was doing just fine the way that it was. Then you hand me these emotions, didn't want them, but I guess that I'm stuck with them. They could go away, but I know they won't, and I should let it be. But I'm gonna dive into you. And maybe I drown, but what can I do? And it will be alright to let me down. I'd rather we try than to let this feeling slide. So I'm gonna dive into you.
It doesn't even make sense why I think about you. It was only one night, only that time, and it's not my style to be caught up in the middle like this.
But I'm gonna dive into you. And maybe I tried, but what can I do? And it will be alright to let me down. I'd rather we try than to let this feeling slide. So I'm gonna dive into you.
Hail to the king, baby.
Staring through the window, gazing at the sun, imagining the planet, this place where all begun. A solid shade of winter, shadows running cold, swept away this instant of the brave we behold. Take it over, take it all. I believe in freedom. Take it over, take it all. Come serenity. Take it over, take it all. Fight the fury with peace. Oh, come really
testicles, 1, 2, 3. G'day, ladies and gentlemen, legends of the highest regard, and welcome back to the little plane that could, our world tour here within Microsoft Flight Simulator. This evening we'll be completing leg 129 as we make our way here from Hermosillo to Tijuana in Mexico. This is also our last leg that is a domestic flight within Mexico, with our next journey taking us back into the United States of America tomorrow afternoon. Calling Pigeon says no sound. Sorry to stop the introduction there, but if somebody says no sound, I'm inclined to just wait until they sort their shit out, basically. Oh, Garwin and Brett both have sound. Okay, alright, and so does Wes too. Okay, cool. Alright, so it appears it might be an issue on Calling Pigeon then. Oh, it came back. Fantastic. Okay, cool. Yes, so as I was saying, our last domestic flight here within Mexico before we head off into the United States tomorrow. I'm already wearing the fashion accessory contraption, so without further ado, I reckon we jump into the chat and we see which... well, I was going to choose a very interesting word there. Maybe I won't say that one live on stream. Let's go with wonderful people instead. Any of the Australians in the chat are probably like, yep, he almost said the word. The bunch of good... It's the only one word that I sort of refuse to say on stream. If that gives you any ideas of where my brain was headed with that one. That could have been interesting. Anyway, Common Sense Gaming says first. However, I don't think he said that today. But either way, mate, Common Sense Gaming, if you are here, g'day, welcome to the stream. Pleasure to have you on board. Garwin Grim, it's been a while since I've said his full name like that. He says, scared the crap out of me. He had this on in the background and he forgot it was on. Ladies and gentlemen, that is how you know that you are getting old, when you do things and then forget about it. I mean, who the hell am I kidding? I do things and forget about it. I'm not technically old. So either that's a bad reflection on myself or that's a good reflection on Garwin. I'm not sure how to review that one, honestly. Probably the first version, the reflection on myself, more than anything. 6:30 AM, nothing all around at all is quiet, and bam, and the dirt is gone. Leonard Rapier 709, otherwise known as Wes, is here. He says evening. Yes, Wes, it is evening. It's been called that for a while. Catch up, good boy, or dear boy, or good boy. You know, sit and I'll give you a treat. Seeing as we're going down that path, I may as well fucking continue, yeah? Garwin says it's a good song. Yep, sure. I can't remember what song I was playing, but it probably was good, Garwin, so I'll take your word for it on that one, mate. Wes also says, smash that like button, guys. I mean, I would rather you just gently caress the like button in a manner that it allows and it is, you know, happy with. We don't want to get ourselves into trouble on this channel. So Garwin then says that he doesn't want to hit the like button before hitting the like button with 2 channels. Makes sense. You know it makes sense. I'm Sam Kekovich. However, there's no lamb currently in my room, unfortunately, so I guess I can't really actually pretend that I'm Sam Kekovich. Then we had an argument about who's got sound and who hasn't. Yeah, g'day to Calling Pigeon and to Brett Plays as well. Hope you are both feeling fantastic. Feeling fantastic seems like the goodest version to go with. Wow, we are off to a flyer at the start of this stream. We can't even construct basic sentences, which is normal anyway, so I don't know why I'm acting surprised. Alright, I reckon I should perform the necessary requirements that are involved with starting an aircraft. The necessary requirements probably start with a thing called the bloody checklist. Garwin says, good morning, evening to everyone but Bryce. That's alright, there's nobody called Bryce here. There's only just some Aussie and a few other people. I'll go by just some Aussie for this stream, Garwin. Therefore, You can't ignore me? Well, you can't ignore me anyway. I'm on a screen in front of you with a microphone. So, I mean, that's, you know, well, actually, you could click off or mute. Never mind, don't worry. I'm, at some point this evening, maybe the brain will attach to the rest of the, body. Although, I'm pretty sure that's never happened yet in a stream. So, I feel like, you know, it's kind of a pipe dream. Brett says he's exhausted. Because he's not used to hanging drywall nor building framework. Brett, I didn't realise that you'd picked up a trading qualification. Let's try that again. A tradies qualification. How's the hanging the drywall and stuff going? I know it's you know, not a fun job, but nonetheless, you know, what needs to be done must be done is what I'm trying to get the mouth to put out. I haven't really been concentrating on what I'm doing. I'm just hitting buttons whilst I'm talking shit, which is pretty normal again for these streams. So it'll be interesting to see if we can actually get this thing to start now when I turn the key, because, you know, wouldn't surprise me if I've missed something. And I've gone ahead and started an aircraft parked at a terminal gate, which was listed as ramp GA medium, may I point out when I loaded into the sim. So this is a GA ramp with air bridge that's not connected to a terminal and everything. How good. So the customers have to climb up a ladder to get up there, and then they fall to their death before boarding the aircraft, which is perfect. Yeah, but as I was saying, I just started an aircraft without a parking brake this close to a airport terminal, which is definitely within FAA regulations and will not get me into any sort of trouble whatsoever. Brett is helping his father build a room, ceilings, and walls. Well, that's usually what's involved with a room. I think I've read that wrong. Wes says, it's good day, good news, and the good news is that he's getting older. Spoken like somebody who quite clearly still feels young. The good news is that he's getting older. Okay, fair enough, Wes. I mean, each to their own. If you're feeling good at your age, that's great. No need to rub it in. Alright, so we have absolutely no wind here at Tijuana, which is interesting because most of the people around here are eating refried black beans and stuff like that. So you would have thought there would have been some sort of wind in the general vicinity, but there you go. Oh yeah, it's Wes's birthday today. Of course it is, I forgot about that. We will have to, at some point in the stream, probably belt out a few tunes. By belt out a few tunes, I mean I will attempt to sing Happy Birthday to Wes on stream. So if you haven't equipped yourself with your earplugs yet, I recommend sourcing those before we get any further into the stream. So yeah, as I was saying, no wind here in Tijuana, which means that we can select any runway that we want. I'm halfway between both runways. So basically, I'm just going to make a left-hand turn here so that I don't run into whatever's on my right, which I don't know yet because I haven't turned the track IR on, and we're just going to make our way over to whatever runway that ends up being. Yes, Brett, Wes is definitely your father. He's 10 years younger or something. 5-10 years younger, but he's definitely your father, 100%. If only his name was Luke, you know? Brett, I am your father. Actually, that works quite well, doesn't it? Alright. Whilst we do start to make our way towards the runway, do let me know how all the various bits of audio are, the vocals, the music, the sim, you know, etc, etc. Oh, 14 years. Okay, there we go. Even, I don't even want to know the science that's involved behind that one, Brett, but I'm sure there's a way in today's day and age. Also, I just noticed that I'm taxiing along here and I haven't even turned on the track IR, which means I'm literally just wearing this hat for the point of it at this point. That's better. I can see things. Right, so I'm going to maintain a relatively slowish taxi here, just because I can't actually see anyone else right at this point, and I don't want to go blazing away until those who would like to join in the flight are able to join in the flight. Oh, actually, I lied. I see one person. I see calling pigeon. Oh, oh. There we go. That's my pigeon call for you. Garwin is on the runway. He's obviously at the opposite end because I can't see him. And I also see Wes as well, who's proceeded to obviously install NOS in his Grand Caravan and has proceeded to activate it whilst taxiing. Garwin's on runway 27, which doesn't even exist here, so there's that. Oh no, maybe it wasn't Wes who went flying through me, or maybe it was. Somebody's here in a float plane, which is interesting because I'm not exactly sure we're doing anything to do with bodies of water. Yeah, it's very weird, Garwin. There is no runway 27 here at Hermosillo. No, Tijuana is the destination. You need to be at Mike Hotel Oscar. That's leg one. I think you've have you downloaded the Tijuana to Tucson? Or the flight plan, tomorrow's flight plan. Have you downloaded the start of tomorrow's flight plan by accident? Because I can understand how you made that mistake, because Calling Pigeon was throwing the flight plans in about for tomorrow's marathon about 15-20 minutes before the stream started. So I almost downloaded the Tijuana flight plan tomorrow. Sorry, Tijuana to... I can't even bloody remember where we're going from Tijuana. That's not a good thing. Okay, Wes, you can go, mate. Now that everybody's showed up here, except for Garwin, obviously, but Garwin's now in the process of sorting that out. I'm assuming you're taking off in that direction, Wes, because... Yeah, cool. I was going to say, if you're back taxiing in a bloody Cessna Caravan, I'll get out of me bloody plane and hit ya. It's so... there's no point. Why does my plane keep stopping? I'm putting the power in, and we're taxiing along, and I'm not pulling the power out, and it's almost like it's hitting grass or mud or something that I can't actually see. Really weird. Anyway, I'm going to follow in Wes's footsteps, or landing gear markings. I don't know if you can technically call it footsteps. Alright, let's go. Beautiful. Oh yeah, this is the runway that's got those weird runway lights halfway down that are just in the middle of the runway. Cool. That's 60 knots, and 80 knots gives us rotate. And over the end of the runway, gear up. Let's pull back on the stick a bit now that we've got some power and some airspeed. Yep, all good going, all good, mate. I'm assuming you're probably going to be flying the Velocity XL anyway, in which case, you know, like, you're going to have no problem catching us. Alright, so the minimum safe altitude for today's flight is 6,000 feet. However, we do not need to be hitting that minimum safe altitude until we pass Mike Sierra Foxtrot. So, up until that point, the MSA is 2,000 feet. So, ladies and gentlemen, feel free to cruise nice and low for the first part of this journey. I'm going to go for probably about 3K, I reckon. She's a steep turn, that's for sure. Hey, there's Garwin in the right place now. Alright, as we overfly back over the airport, let's not nose up like that aircraft. Bad idea. Very bad idea. You know what? I'm going to hand fly it until, seeing as we're already passing through 2,000 feet, I'm going to hand fly it until we're up to our required altitude. How much does this right now look like Australia? Brett, Wes, etc. Incredible. I should probably focus on, seeing as I just said I'm going to hand fly, I should probably focus on actually doing that, because in the time that I was looking around, we started to nose down, which is not great. I should probably also look at my GPS, you know, kind of important. I was heading in the wrong direction for the flight plan. Alright, so we're coming up on 3,000 feet, so let's set everything that we need to set. Beautiful. Better, come on, work with me. There we go, beautiful, all right. Everything seems to be where it's needing to be. That was profound. Everything is where... What are you doing, aircraft? Did I miss the time climb waypoint or something? I must have missed the time climb waypoint, which is why it's now going to proceed to circle the airport once more, which is always good. My cruise speed, Garwin, depending on altitude, is going to be somewhere between 150 and 190 knots ground speed. But the benefit for you there, mate, is that once I am cruising, it's going to show up in the top of the stream how fast I'm going. But if you want, mate, go hang out with Calling Pigeon and land at all the airports like he does. That's the best thing to do if you want to run around like a mad person in a really fast aircraft. Just, yeah, go hang out with Calling Pigeon. Jeez, it is determined to hit this time climb waypoint. Fucking autopilot. It's meant to make your job easier, but right now it's making my job harder. There we go. Now it's sorting its shit out.
Like sun and rain and drama on the TV. It's full of pain. But the good part, the happy ending. Unexpected plot twist, will you always save me?
Oh, right. Okay, you're autopiloting. That's why you're asking. Okay, that makes so much more sense, Garwin. I am considering landing at airports on the way though on this one, just to do something different, Garwin. So do keep that in mind with your cruise speed as well. It'll just be touch and goes, but yeah. God, Microsoft Flight Simulator looks fucking incredible. Like, I mean, I know we know this. I know we've known this now for over 2 years, but it's just like sometimes you just get a really good angle or a really good viewpoint and you just look at it and go, that looks, you know, like it does. Of course it looks like it does in real life. Fuck it, I'm a genius. No shit, Bryce. Oh, you VR'd an X-Plane 12 last night, did you, Garwin? I thought you didn't like that sim. It's one thing you can definitely say about X-Plane 12 is because of all the developers that already exist versus who existed or who was developing for Microsoft related products like Flight Sim X and all that when Flight Simulator 2020 was released. You can be guaranteed that X-Plane 12 is going to become very, very good very, very quickly. As good as Microsoft Flight Simulator? Maybe not. But it's going to become very good very quickly because it's already got such a following and such an understanding of developers, and they haven't changed the software development framework behind the scenes very much. And so you'll find, or if I'm not mistaken, a large percentage of developers have already made their X-Plane 11 aircraft work in X-Plane 12 flawlessly. And it's only been out for, what, a week? So that's pretty incredible, and it just means it's going to heat up the flight simulation game even further. Garwin says the instruments were moving different than the aircraft. Damn. Yeah, I can understand how that would absolutely positively screw with your brain. Seeing one thing from your eyes and then looking down and seeing something completely different. Yeah, not a pleasant situation to be in, Garwin, especially when you're in virtual reality and you rely so much on comparing, you know, your instrumentation versus what you're seeing. Yeah. I personally reckon that I would be one of those unfortunate people that would suffer some sort of motion sickness after extreme VR sessions, just because I do suffer motion sickness on things like boats, on really, really rough seas. It's certainly not extreme, but it does happen, so yeah. So anyway, how is everyone today? What day are we? We are on Thursday. We're on Thursday. How's everyone's week been so far? Everybody been keeping well, not working too hard, I hope? What are you doing, Star? Hey? What you doing? She's sitting at the door, but I know she doesn't need to go out for toileting, so I'm not exactly sure what she's doing. Also, don't everyone respond at once about how their week's going. I mean, Brett's already responded about how his week's going. He's been building shit, and now he's extremely exhausted because of that. Gowan says, Joel's dog is getting much better, but they decided to play with a skunk 2 nights ago. Joel's dog? Joel's dog? He's speaking a foreign language, Gal? Brett says, I remembered I'm no longer in my 30s the last 2 days. Oh boy. And this is coming from somebody who hasn't even reached their 30s yet, Brett. I can already imagine how you feel. Based on how I feel now, if I add another 20 years to my age, yeah, I'm going to be like, oh, okay. Yeah, I honestly, Lizard Man, I reckon if Brett wore, like, you know, trendy clothing and all that, I reckon he could easily pull off being in his 30s. And by trendy clothing, I mean, you know, like, well, actually, I don't have a fucking clue because I don't wear trendy clothing. Yeah, what is Joel's dog? Jaws dog? As in this? Dog's jaw? Jaws dog? Jaws the movie? It's hipster these days to have white hairs in your beard, Brett. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Just drink a lot of plant-based lattes, plant-based milk lattes. Preferably out of an old avocado shell, like, you know, make sure you got a massive beards, dreadlocks. Yeah, absolutely you could, Lizard. I 100% agree. You could easily pull off that I'm 20 years younger than I am actually. I promise you, Brett, like, I know it sounds like we're taking the piss out of you, but legitimately, you could pull off, yeah, somebody who's in their mid-30s, I reckon with, yeah, the correct choice of clothes, etc. Yeah, but at least then, Brett, you feel like you look. Technically. Because you look like you're in your 30s even though you're not. Is what I was trying to get at. Garwin is buying Brett's merchandise before Brett buys his own merchandise, which is an interesting tactic, I guess. Garwin. Right, okay, cool. Good to know, Garwin. I mean, I don't think that's quite how it's meant to work, mate, but let's roll with it, yeah? Alright, so we're slowly making our way over to the Pacific Ocean here, believe it or not. Although right now it probably doesn't look like it. Right now it looks like we're in the middle of a desert, and I believe we are. If you wanted to know what desert it was, you'd have to give me a couple of seconds to look. Calling pigeons probably put it in the thingamajiggo, but oh no, that's the San Matias base. Sorry, the San Matias Pass. Never mind. Yeah, what does it? Oh, we're currently flying over. Obviously, it's one with a lot of dirt and dust. Why did zooming in do nothing for telling me where we are? Oh, we're in Baja, California. Okay. Sukma, yes, you absolutely can, mate. I will do a few things for you to give you the necessary information. Chuck the server in the chat. The flight plan. Oh. Flight plan as well. If you follow those pieces of information, you'll be able to come along with us. It'll be an absolute pleasure to have you along, Sukma. Speaking of which, welcome to the stream as well. Oh, the water we're heading for is the Gulf of California. Yeah, I do apologise, actually. Now that I'm zooming out, hang on little nav map. Yeah, because of course we are then going to go, across Baja California. Yibbida, that's all, folks. Going to go over the San Matias Pass for the third time lucky, ladies and gentlemen. He manages to get the language out. Just. Sometimes I wonder if somebody comes along at night and just literally ties my tongue to the roof of my mouth, and then I spend the rest of the day trying to untie it. Except they've done one of those knots that holds the big cruise liners in at the dock. What are you doing, doggo? She's giving me the eyes like, you're boring. Where am I going? I'm going where everyone else is going, Brett. Tijuana. As far as I know, I'm just incredibly slow compared to the rest of them. Yeah, so Lizard Man, the whole reason for that is because it's a 24-hour stream, I needed to take into account that I would need to sleep after having been awake for more than 24 hours, and I'm working Sunday morning. So I had to make it so that my start time and finish time were, good for getting a good night's sleep on Saturday night after all of it. The reason part 2 starts so early is because YouTube only allows you to stream for 12 hours at a time before you have to start a new stream. So 12 hours after the start of part 1 will in fact be 5:30 in the morning. Australian Eastern Standard Time, that is. Obviously that's not ideal for those on the Australian East Coast. But guys, all 8 of you, how you all going? Welcome. All 9 of you. I do apologise. Welcome all of you to the stream. Hope you are all settling in well. Also, massive shout out to all of you for the 5 likes so far. That is a great start and really, really appreciate it, guys. We seem to be sort of venturing into the middle of what us Australians would refer to as buttfuck nowhere right now. In case that wasn't obvious by the fact that we are over a desert. We've already been through this. That's exactly right, Garwin. It's a 24-hour stream. It will be ideal for all parts of the world at some point. That is exactly right. I'm pretty sure my YouTube studio is broken because, and here's I'll share with you why I think this is the case. Other than obviously what you guys already know about how my viewers just go up and then all the way back down and then back up again. So, like I had 11 before and then I fell all the way back to 4 and now it's back up to 7. That's the first thing that makes me think my YouTube studio is broken. The second thing that makes me think my YouTube studio is broken is when I start a stream, the average view duration doesn't like it just continuously climbs until it gets to 11 minutes. And then once it reaches 11 minutes, the viewers start going all over the shop and the average view duration never goes above 11 minutes for the rest of the stream. Now, I don't know if that's because I'm only interesting for the first 11 minutes or whether the studio really is a little bit up the wazoo, So anyway, I thought I'd just share that with you guys, see if anybody has any ideas on how we can maybe sort that out. Or if anybody else has experienced this issue as well with their YouTube studio. Or if I'm just the special one who gets to receive this treatment. I know it's affected by people dropping in and out, Brett. I get that. But I just think it's weird that every stream, nothing changes until I get to 11 minutes average view duration. And then it never exceeds 11 minutes average view duration, and my viewers jump up and down like they're on at one of those kids' trampoline centers. But prior to that 11-minute average view duration, the viewers don't jump around and everything's all good. That's why I think something's not quite right, but I could be wrong. As I said, I could only be interesting for the first 11 minutes. And I figured, seeing as I'm surrounded by streamers right now in this chat, it was probably a good place to ask the question. Oh no, I'm not letting it worry me at all, Brett. I'm just like, why 11 minutes? Exactly. It doesn't quite make sense, you know? Yeah, no, the numbers, yeah. Numbers are not an issue. It's more that every time I look over at the chat, obviously I'm looking at YouTube Studio, and it's just like, what? Huh? Still? That doesn't make sense. But the other reason, that's the other reason that I think it's a little bit up there, is because once, you know how after 3 hours a stream is processed, it actually shows the proper average view duration and all that at that point, and it's usually double whatever YouTube Studio says. So that's the other reason why I think it's all messed up. I don't know how to fix it though. That's the only thing. Obviously, I don't know how to fix it. Hey you! You come for some pats, have you? Do you want out for a bit? You want to go hang out with Bella? I can organise that for you. I can't confirm that she's out there, but I can let you out nonetheless if you want to. 2 seconds, guys. I'm going to let her pop out of the room. She obviously wants out. She's bored in here. Lizard Man, it does not. That's the kind of information that Streamlabs chatbot gives. It just tells you your concurrent viewers, your likes, your views, your average view duration, and your chat rate speed. That's the only pieces of information that you receive. So it's not very in-depth. As I said, it could just be my mind playing tricks on me, but all the things point towards it being a bit broken. Wes says, since I had a crash your desktop, I'm going to go watch in bed. Not a problem. Not a problem, Wes. Noi a problem. Yeah. Noi a problem. Let's just go with what I was going to say first. Noi a problem, mate. Gowan says the copyright claim. Yeah, I love the copyright claims on yours. Now all says copyright protected content found. The owner allows the content to be used on YouTube. Is this from music that you're playing in the background of your streams, Gowan? Is that what you're... Yeah, so Lizard, that was the thing that really... made me start questioning it, was when the viewers, the likes, and the average view duration were completely different after the 3 hours of processing compared to what YouTube Studio said. That's what really made me go, what? Oh, your intro. I was going to say, your intro, didn't you get permission for that music? It's like YouTube copyright claimed something for me on one of my streams a few streams ago. One of my soundboard sounds. But the thing that they copyright claimed it for was not actually what the soundboard sound was. Yeah, I thought so, Garwin. I thought so. Yeah, that's very weird. That's very weird. Very weird. Yeah, Lizard Man, honestly, they are. But they never used to be. And that's the thing that really confuses me. They never used to be. Anyway, it's not as Brett said, it doesn't define the channel, and clearly, we're seeing that it isn't exactly accurate, so it shouldn't be something that I worry about. So I'm going to change the subject on that one now. Gowan. Oh yes, I've already read that. Gowan. Yes. His creator has open license, and he also has separate permission, which is really, really good. Eventually, I don't know, Gowan, are you the kind of person who would eventually, once you get better, that was going to be a up sentence. Once you get better at streaming, wow, okay, I'm just going to turn my microphone off at this point. Shit. This is not what I meant. Once you get bigger, not better, bigger, are you going to head to Epidemic Sound or something like that for your music? Fuck's sake. Oh, by now Gowan thinks I'm the biggest arsehole in the world after the last 2 streams. All I've done is roast him. I swear my mouth is not attached to my brain in situations like that. It just has its own mind, like in the roof of my mouth or something, and it goes, yes, bigger is the word we wanted, let's say better. You're taking your ball and going home, Garwin. Don't forget your chain. Make sure you got your whole kit with you. Fucking hell. Oh, I hope nobody has clipped that or soundboarded that one. That's for sure. Otherwise, at this point, my YouTube channel is going to get cancelled. Guy abuses other streamers. Oh yes, of course, Gowan. You are. No chain. Yes, true. So just the 2 balls. Or 1. Don't get any ideas, Brett. Otherwise, Brett, I'll have to refer to you as Jacko number 2 for getting all the soundboards and sound clips. Oh, good, Lizard Man. I'm glad. I think everyone does. Yeah, for sure, Gowan, for sure. I mean, yeah, absolutely. I was under the same thought process as you, but obviously, as you know, once I started to get, back, when I was streaming regularly, I got 4,000 watch hours and all that. It wasn't so much of a bigger deal that it wasn't necessarily a case of paying for it. It was more, okay, people are keen on streams, so I better make them better, Because, I mean, I still pay for Epidemic. Even when I wasn't streaming, I paid for Epidemic Sound because it's got some really good music on there. And it's cheap. It's about the same price as a Spotify subscription. So... he just comes for the abuse, whether it's Garwin's abuse or just the abuse in general. It sounds like I'm going to need to come up with some abuse for Lizard Man. But you see, I don't know what scale to go in on. Yeah, but you see, Wes, that's because in the long streams, after about 15, 16 hours of streaming, you become so delusional and delirious that you just say anything. I mean, I say that after half an hour, but I'm just, pretty sure I'm not human. So that would explain a lot. If I wasn't human, that would explain a hell of a lot. Oh, I'm sure you can, Lizard Man, but my pun was just trying to be in relation to the lizard part of Lizard Man. That's why I couldn't work out what scale of abuse you could handle. I am gentle. I gently abuse. It's a gentle abuse. Yeah, exactly. I'm only gentle with the like button. I like to caress it and make it feel at home. Yeah, I honestly, so from on Saturday from about, I reckon 8-9 o'clock in the morning until the end of the marathon stream, I'm just, for those of you who are going to be watching, I feel I feel for you. Some of the stuff you're probably going to hear is going to stay with you for the rest of your life. As a form of trauma, that is. But I mean, it's entertaining as well, so who cares, Alright, so I can see the Gulf of California coming up here on us. I can also see a calling pigeon is on the ground at Puerto Libertad. I can't read the rest of the name. No. Oh, it's just Puerto Libertad North. Yeah, okay. I'm really having struggle. I'm really having trouble. Never mind. Yeah, exactly, Lizard Man. I think that's a good. Way to describe it. 1.2k watch hours. Damn, going. That's very, very good. It is tomorrow evening, Brett, or starts tomorrow afternoon, Australian Eastern Standard Time, 5:30. If you look on YouTube, there will be 2 streams. One starts 16th at 5:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time, and one starts the 17th at 5:30 AM Australian Eastern Standard Time. And that's what you can go with. The Discord is going to look a little bit confusing, very likely, because of the sheer number of flight plans that are required to complete that sort of length of streaming. Obviously, tomorrow at the start of the stream, I will be, running everyone through. This is the flight plan we're currently doing, and making sure that people, don't download the wrong flight plan or anything going. Sorry, shouldn't have singled you out like that. How many socials? How many online names have you got there, Lizard Man? I know you've got Lizard Man. I know you've got a Slippy Fist. I don't want to know where you're going to slip your fist, but it's a Slippy Fist nonetheless. Obviously, you've put some Vaseline on it or something, because you've made all your accounts at different times. So I did that as well, Lizard Man, and then over time I've just gone and changed them all to Just Some Aussie or Just Some Aussie Gamer. just because it's easier. When you say the old bird wears, do you mean your ex-girlfriend or do you mean the DC-6? Yeah, because you've already changed it once, haven't you, Lizard Man? Yeah. It's a bit rough, honestly, that they charge, but I get why they charge. You know, it's to stop people from continuously changing their name or trolling and then changing their name so they can't be found, etc., etc. Garnet is saying, here's an interesting thing now that Shane is flying the same 2 nights I do. The people flying along has gone down, but my views and view time has gone up. So, yeah. It's basically what it means, Garnet, is you've started to develop your regular audience. The people who will definitely choose to view your streams over anyone else. Whereas the ones who were, you know, umming and ahhing, do I watch Garwin, do I watch Shane, do I watch Garwin, have now obviously made their decision. Brett, would you like me to grab the link to your Discord and chuck it in the chat for the Lizard Man? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to chuck a link to Brett's Discord in the chat. If that's what you're asking, which I think is what you're asking. I could be wrong. It'll be ! Brett plays, I think, Brett. I obviously won't touch and go at this first airport because I'm so far behind. But once we do cross the Gulf of California, I will then do a touch and go at the rest of the airports along the way. Yeah, exactly. Brett, actually, there you go. There's somebody else who's got different names for different things. He's Brett Plays on YouTube, but he's Tasmanite on Discord. That's a mosquito. It's no longer a mosquito. I don't know how the hell I've got mosquitoes in here. It's only fucking September. Usually they don't turn up until mid to late October. Little shits. Oh, right. So you're Tasmanite for all game names. Okay, that makes more sense, Brett. That makes more sense. I'm coming up on you there, Calling Pigeon. Good job, Daniel, son. Yes, exactly. I can see Daniel. Whatever the rest of the lyrics are, waving goodbye or whatever it is. See, I told you YouTube Studio's broken. The average view duration, thingamajiggy, the counter, just went from 11 minutes to 16 minutes and 39 seconds. Just like that. How the hell am I yawning? It's only 9:30. Oh, actually, I've been awake since... Yeah, never mind. I've been awake since 5 o'clock this morning for work. I probably should be getting tired. Oh yeah, no, I got your reference, Garwin. It just it brought out the, is that an Elton John or a Billy Joel song, Daniel? Garwin can see my lights. You can't see my camera, but you can see me on camera. Garwin. I don't know what to do with you. Too young to know what Karate Kid is? Are you serious? I might have to put some wax on, wax off on you, boy. That's about the extent of my karate knowledge. It's just... fear me. Yeah, very true, Brett. That's not a bad idea, actually, mate. That's not a bad idea at all. Wes says, how are you not tired? I've been up same time and struggling to stay awake. Wes, because I think we went through it not 10 minutes ago. I'm not human. You know when you do a capture thing on the internet and it says, tick this checkbox to prove that I'm not a robot? I cannot do those. But it's also, Wes, probably because I was quite tired when I finished work. And I went to the shops to get some dog food and all that for Star. And whilst I was there, I got myself a double shot coffee. So I'm probably still feeling the effects of that, because that was about 4:30, 5 o'clock this afternoon. So 4 hours ago, 4.5 hours ago. So no doubt I'll probably crash at the end of the stream, just in my chair, press the end stream button and just... But I'm also deliberately making myself tired. I'm going to, go to bed, sleep 6 hours, get up, get a few bits and pieces together for the stream, and then I'm going to go back to sleep until about lunchtime, wake up, hit the gym, and then stream in an attempt to be the least tired and most energetic as possible to make achieving the 24 hours as easy as possible. Lizard Man accidentally did an 11-hour day at work yesterday. Lizard Man, I want to know how you accidentally do an 11-hour day. It's been 11 hours. I've managed to work all this time. What? Coffee makes you fall asleep. It's not meant to have that effect, Wes. At all. Yeah, I know. I hate it as well, Go, and I hate it when I accidentally work too much. Look up, get to work, look down, do all the stuff, look up. Oh shit, 16 hours has passed, That never happened in my life. Very true, Brett. Very true. Yeah. Very, very true. Although the benefit to, okay, it's a bit shit for the first couple of days of daylight savings when the clocks change and all that. But, God, it's good when you get home, have dinner, and then you can still go out and say, the dog. And it's not dark. When coffee makes you sleepy, it could mean you're addicted. Well, the good news is I'm definitely not addicted to coffee then. Because it definitely doesn't make me sleepy, that's for sure. It will, Garwin, so it'll mean that my streams will start about half an hour later than what they do now. So instead of 8:30, we'll be going for a 9:30 stream start. Yeah, because of course when we go forward an hour, the Northern Hemisphere goes back an hour. So yeah, I need to make that at least a 1 hour adjustment to counteract that. No, I understand, Garwin, I understand. But I'm trying to counteract the problem, not completely solve it, because I don't really want to go back to streaming at 10:30 p.m. I mean, it's good for Europeans and Americans, but doesn't really suit the Australian audience, and I still do have a decent-sized Australian audience. It's not like Shane, who's got, you know, such a huge percentage of American viewers. Lizard Man says, I read about how drinking your first coffee of the day could trigger your brain to demand more caffeine, so it makes you feel sleepy so that you'll have more, like a withdrawal symptom. Now, it's interesting that you say that, Lizard Man, because every morning when I wake up, I make myself the Italian coffee, you know, in the Italian coffee pot on the stove. And I drink that black as my, you know, first coffee of the day. And then when I get to work, so that usually happens about 5:30 in the morning. Then when I get to work about 7 o'clock. About 8:30, I have a second coffee. And I find on my days off, 3 or so hours after my first coffee, I want a second coffee. Now, I'm not saying that you're right, Lizard Man, but I'm saying that you might be right. Oh, I see what you mean, Brett. So I don't need to go forward in time, I need to go back in time, is what you're saying, yes? Or do I just leave my time where it is? I mean, I'll figure it out once daylight savings enacts itself anyway. Yeah, Garwin. Okay, I'm understanding more now. I'm understanding more. I've gone in the wrong direction because the only time that I've done is going backwards whilst streaming. It's interesting, isn't it, Lizard Man? But after the 2 coffees, I'm good for the rest of the day. Sometimes I have a coffee in the afternoon, but it's not like my body hasn't become accustomed to it. I'll be honest with you, Brett, I'm probably not going to be doing too many more up late evening ones, except for evenings when I'm going into a day off. Otherwise, I'm probably going to start streaming on a pretty regular basis about 7:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time. So it's a little early for the guys in the US, but they are able to jump in later in the stream. But I'm really enjoying being back streaming, so I'd like to do it on a more regular basis than doing it just on the evenings before my weekends, if that makes sense. So, Lizard Man, I don't get caffeine-related headaches. I can push past the want for the second coffee and the, you know, and not have the third coffee either, and I don't get a headache or anything like that. So I'm clearly not addicted, but I might be on the spur of getting there. Thank you. Yeah, I have realised very quickly how much I miss doing this. In fact, when I did those few streams before I went to Asia, when I got to Asia, I was like, Why didn't I put Microsoft Flight Simulator on my laptop? So I could have just done like, you know, 1 or 2 spontaneous streams on the evenings in Thailand during rainy season when it was absolutely bucketing down outside and thundering and lightning, and you can't go and do anything because it is just so wet. It would have been handy to be able to do streams and shit, you know? Yeah, no worries, Brett. Don't usually find myself streaming on a Tuesday night, so that should be fine. Alright, so there's a lot of blue now. Call me Eiffel 65. I'm still at the back of the pack though. It's a bit of an issue. But the problem is the 2 aircraft that I'm trying to catch up to are so incredibly overpowered. I guess I'm lucky going then in that even though I do drink 2 or 3 coffees a day, because I'm a shift worker and a chef, my times vary. So every day the time that I drink coffee is different. So therefore I don't develop that symptom, I guess. No, I understand that, Brett, but I'm sure I can forego one day if you're going to be streaming at 7:30 PM on Tuesdays, you know. I don't feel like cutting your grass if I've got 6 other days to choose from. I'm sure I can forego the one, you know. Whoops, sorry, just punched the microphone. I hope that wasn't too loud for all of you. I also take no responsibility and do not plan on fixing any hearing damage. Yeah, no, you're all good going as well. You're all good. Oh, hell yeah, Brett. You know I'm always up for that. Always up for that. I really need to load up my ATS and ETS and get everything updated and get my steering wheel and pedals all sorted again within it. And then maybe we can dual stream some truck stuff. Yeah. Well, Garwin, you were saying that you wanted to do a relay style thing. Let's also do a multi-stream. Let's organise something, the 3 of us or the 4 of us, throw Wes in as well. So listen, man, I work at a local cafe here in the town in Gippsland that I live. It's like 5 minutes drive to work. It's phenomenal. You are game? So if you get lost, Garwin, does that mean that you lost the game, or does that mean that we lost the game? You have to start a Discord for the 24-hour relay? Don't you just, in your Discord, Garwin, make a channel or a new section that is literally for everybody who's doing the 24-hour relay to sit in? Do I like the cafe kitchen work? Listen, man, I'll be honest with you. I prefer the restaurant and pub food that I was doing. However, that is significantly outweighed by the fact that working in a cafe, I get evenings off to myself. And that is incredible, and that is something I haven't experienced in probably 7 or 8 years. Brett says I can play other screens up on the other... Yeah, exactly, Brett. Exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Garvin, exactly. Just make sure that everyone who's involved in the relay has access to your Discord and access to that particular channel and the correct permissions within that particular channel. And yeah, you don't need to do anything else. It'll literally take you 5 minutes to set up. So, on the other side of the Gulf of California here is where our minimum safe altitude goes to 6,000 feet. So at Mike Sierra Foxtrot, San Felipe International. Not that that really concerns you guys, because you yourself and Pigeon are so far ahead of me at this point that you probably already know that. Well, calling Pigeon does anyway, seeing as he made the goddamn flight plan. Ooh, speaking of flight plans, not that this relates to flight plans in any way, shape or form, but I need to change my fuel tanks. Whoop, that's the wrong... Yeah, just cut the fuel off at 3,000 feet above the water. When the nearest land is 89 nautical miles away. Yeah! Cool. Any aircraft carriers around? So, Lizard Man, kitchen hands is the most fun job in the kitchen because you have no responsibilities other than to wash the dishes and keep them flowing, so that the front of house and the back of house doesn't run out of equipment. You can listen to music, you can talk shit. The chefs usually get you to, prep veggies and stuff like that. And kitchens would be screwed without kitchen hands. Obviously, if you're a chef, there's slightly less element of the fun side of things during a busy service because you have to be so switched on. But I wouldn't call it not fun. It is very, very enjoyable still. But where I'm at the moment, I am the only person in the kitchen. I prep, I cook, and I do the dishes. And I'm not complaining. Brett, wow. Okay, I didn't think the conversation was that interesting. Yeah, no, there's been no land below me for a while now. Went home at the end of your shift and had a memory wipe. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Are we talking about that type of memory wipe, or just a memory wipe where you didn't have to think about things anymore? Because in the world of hospitality, having a memory wipe usually means a glass device and a few other things involved. Especially for the kitchen hands. Both? Yeah. Most kitchen hands I've worked with definitely have said glass device. And you know what? I don't blame them. In fact, I've probably most of the kitchen hands I've worked with come into work after having used said device for most of the day. Because, as I said, they have no responsibilities other than to clean the dishes. People like myself, though, we can't do that. It would be a freaking shit show if I did. Yeah, so Brett, in relation to that, I asked in your stream when you spoke about it, I know you said one photo. The only way to get a picture of the rig in this room is 2 photos because of the shape of the room and the way the rig is set up, which you can see on the webcam. So I want to check to see if that's okay first, or would you like me to Photoshop the 2 photos into one, which I can definitely do. Oh, great idea, Brett. See, I'm glad I see these things in streams. That's a sensational idea, Brett. Cheers. I will do exactly that. Yeah, Lizard Man, come be my kitchen hand, mate. Seriously. I'm keen. I'll message my boss. Just be like, hey, this I'll pick a date or whatever. This Saturday in the future, I'm doing a burger pop-up. Can I borrow the kitchen? By the way, Lizard Man's my kitchen hand. Lizard Man, if you want to, if you're, I know you wanted to potentially know more about the cafe, etc. I'm only going to go into so much detail on a live stream on YouTube where the whole general public can see. If you want to talk more in depth about the premises and all that, hit me up on Discord. I'd absolutely love the privilege for those who are, in Victoria or whatever. It would be a privilege to have you guys, come in and the opportunity to cook some food for you. That would be mad. Where did Garwin go? I saw him go into outer space. Oh, there he is. Now he's behind me. So you're a smart man, Garwin. You're a smart man. Make your own rules that suit you. Oh, you're in Brisbane, Lizard Man. You're in Kingsland. I'll have to do a Just Some Aussie event where everybody comes to Victoria and comes to the place where I'm working, and we do like a pop-up burger night or something, burgers and beers or something like that. Oh, did your sim lock up, Garwin? Is that why? That's weird. I'm not sure what to suggest, Garwin. Not running any aftermarket scenery in this particular part of the world that might be out of date or something, like freeware? I don't know. 2 seconds, guys. I can hear Star at the door, so I'm going to... She's obviously had enough of being out there alone, and now she wants back in. So 2 seconds. Oh, it's actually not a bad question. Did you accidentally hit pause? Started to work again. Okay, no worries. I'm sleepy. You've been awake since 5 AM as well. Barely keep your eyes open. Not a problem, Garland. All good. I hope you are still in the air when you get back as well. Otherwise, I'll make sure to put a stake in the ocean wherever you go down. I'm just glad you're at the minimum safe altitude so that we don't have to extract you from a mountainside. It's too hot to have you up here now. Sorry, I know you were probably like half asleep and now you're like, what do you mean? How often do you swap your fuel over? I'll be honest with you, Brett, whenever I remember. Yeah, not the most ideal way to go about it, but that's the truthful answer. Whenever I remember. 2 seconds, guys. I'm going to remove my hoodie here. It's getting quite warm in here with the PC cranking out the heat from the sim. Oh, it's so much better. I feel like I've removed, although that hoodie that I was wearing is quite thick, so I feel like I've removed like 20 kilos. Hint, hint. Yeah, I kind of figured that's where you were going, Brett, but we're all good. We're on the right-hand side tank, and it's still got at least 50% of the way to go before it even matches what the left side has. But I appreciate it nonetheless. So we are starting to come up onto the coast here. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to start making our way up in altitude. So let's go for 7,000. I'm going to go up at 400 feet per minute. Let's just see if I need to put a little bit more go-go juice in. Little more, nothing too crazy, I don't think. There we go. That should be good. Probably, I mean, I don't know if this would be considered procedural to climb in a single engine GA aircraft whilst over a large body of water. In fact, I don't think this flight is technically procedurally correct. Flying a single engine aircraft over such a large body of water, I believe you have to wear a life jacket at all times and carry certain other things. I don't exactly know, but I believe there's certain things you have to carry. Yes, I left the left one on too long, Brett. That's exactly right. Lizard Man, the maximum altitude that the TB21GT can do is 25,000 feet. It is a pressurized cabin, I believe. It's the only downside to this aircraft, and I'm nitpicking, is that the range is only 650 nautical miles. If it had 800 and something, it would be the perfect GA aircraft. It's fast. It's got retractable landing gear. You can short field the hell out of it. And yeah, you can go 25,000 feet. You have to lay on my feet, Star. I send my toes to sleep. You're like 20 kilos. At what height is that max range? I believe it is 15,000. So the optimal cruising altitude is, I believe, 15 or 17,000 feet in this aircraft. It's one of those two. So, I mean, right now on this flight, we probably use more than half a tank of fuel, even though it's only 370 nautical miles. Well, of course we're going to use more. You know what I'm saying. We're going to use more fuel. Sorry, no, Black Evo is correct. Black Evo is correct. It's not pressurized, it has oxygen. Like a Cirrus and all that does. That's my, yep. Yeah, very true, Black Evo. That's, yeah. See, this is where it helps to have people like Black Evo sitting in the streams, because he knows his shit. G'day, Black Evo, mate. Welcome to the stream. Brett says, I'm at the end of my cognitive ability for today, and I'm off the horizontal charger for 8 hours. No worries, Brett. All good, mate. Fully understand. Being a surprise tradie can definitely suck the energy out of you. That is for sure. But Brett, mate, you make sure you get some good rest, etc. Look after yourself, and I will very, very, very likely see you at some point tomorrow in a stream. Whose stream? Don't know. Are you streaming tomorrow? Are you streaming tomorrow, Brett? Tomorrow morning, or was that this morning? Either way, have a good rest, mate. How you been, Black Evo? How's things? Oh yeah, you were streaming. You were streaming Train Sim at one point tomorrow, weren't you? Yeah. See? The brain sometimes works, communicates with the rest of the body. Just an occasional occurrence, though. Either way, mate, have a good one. I'll be honest with you. After spending the last, 80 nautical miles over the water, I'm fucking keen to get over the land because there's only so much you can say about the blue ocean below and take in before it's a bit like, right, yes, what's next? I wonder if I should probably check to see that Garwin is still in fact flying, no problem. He is, good. It's going to be my job to monitor that whilst Garwin is away having breakfast. Man, Calling Pigeon, I believe, is on final for San Felipe International. Actually, I don't know why I started climbing over the water. Because I wanted to do a touch and go at San Felipe. So that was a bit silly, but anyway. Nothing like doing things from a proper altitude, I guess. Black Evo says, flying across the Pacific is quite boring compared to flying to London. Yeah, because, I mean, even though there's significant portions of water going to London, there's also significant portions of land. And I'm assuming, Black Evo, that you probably get to see, like, the mountainous areas over Afghanistan and all that part of the world, which would be fucking amazing. Whereas, yeah, doing the good old Melbourne to LA runs that you do, it's just like, okay, bye Australia, and then you see nothing except for, you know, a little bit of Fiji and maybe a little bit of Hawaii, and then it's like, oh, hello LA. Yeah, not ideal, not ideal. Still maintaining good speed, we are. Probably more air traffic controls to communicate with, airspaces, as you said, there to transition through. Just a whole lot more involved. I'd actually, as long as I don't have to do it in economy class, I'd be keen to do the Perth to London direct run just to see what it's like spending that sort of amount of time on an aircraft. But definitely not in economy class if I can avoid it. I'll save the dollary dues and go in premium economy or business. I saw Rob React's vlog that he did on flying from London to Perth in Qantas economy. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's good for economy class, but still squeezy. Oh, absolutely, Black Evo. It's funny you mentioned that, actually, because when I arrived in Singapore on the Scoot 787, I remember arriving and going, why don't I feel like utter shit? Because usually after you've been in a aircraft for, 7-8 hours, you land and you're just like, I'm so tired and hungry and dehydrated and but didn't experience any of that after 8 hours in the Dreamliner. Yeah, exactly. You don't feel like a prune. Exactly. Exactly right. And I flew home on the A350, and it's the same as the Dreamliner. It's just so good from a passenger's perspective. It's quiet. It's, you know, lower cabin pressure, better humidity. It's just, yeah. Highly recommend if you are traveling internationally, get yourself on a Dreamliner or an A350. You're going to have a good time. Yeah, you could say Black Evo has some aerospace experience, I guess. Just a small amount. He's been studying for a few weeks. Aaron N. Hi all. G'day, mate Aaron. Welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing really well, and it's a pleasure to have you here. Yeah, I mean, look, he knows his way around a 787 and a 737. Aaron, I am flying the Trinidad TB21GT from Lionheart Creations. One of the most underrated GA aircraft in the sim. Just, yeah, you know, just a casual 13,000 hours. No big deal. Gotta be careful though, Black Evo. Metas is catching you in the sim. I mean, I know the sim and real life are very different, but Metas is catching you. He's already got 1,000 hours or something in the sim. Yeah, it's a really nice aircraft, Aaron. If you've got the sim, Aaron, I can give you all the server and flight plan details if you'd like to jump in and fly with us. You better put your foot down. Oh, did you? I didn't even know that you... Well, in fact, I did know that you flew the 767 Black Evo, but it's been a while since you've spoken about the 767. I've heard that the 757, 767, and 777 are the best aircraft to fly from a pilot's perspective. I mean, that might not be the case anymore with the 787 and the A350 and all that being a thing now, but they probably were for a long period of time. Alright, so I'm going to disconnect the autopilot at this point, and we're going to do a touch and go here at San Felipe. Oh wow, you flew 300 and 400 737s. Damn! That's a blast from the past with the Did they do any I've just muted my microphone mid-conversation because of my bloody Italian flailing hands. Did they do any Dash-related upgrades to the 300 and the 400 later in life once the next generation had been released? Or was it simply that people were retrofitting with wing tips? People, I say, I mean airlines. I mean, I know the 300 was a pocket rocket. An absolute pocket rocket on takeoff. Yeah, okay. I guess that's probably why you replaced them with the 800 relatively early on. If I'm not mistaken, the early 2000s, the 800 started to replace them. I'd love to get on a 737-300 again, just to experience that rocket ship roller coaster style takeoff that they just, you know. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen anywhere in Australia. Black Eva, do you know where the nearest active 737-300s are? Probably somewhere in Asia, yeah? Probably in Indonesia, actually. There's got to be some, probably. I mean, there's some. They're definitely in operation in Africa. I know that for a fact. I don't really feel like going all the way to Africa just to experience the 300 once more before it goes out of service completely. Oh yeah, no, they're still used in cargo in Australia, absolutely. Toll and Qantas Freight Australia Post, whatever it is, uses them still, I believe. Going from a 400 to an 800 cockpit would have been eye-opening at the start, I'm sure. Really? The classics were nicer to fly than the 800? That's amazing. Just goes to show that just because fly-by-wire and all the glass cockpit technology and all that is a thing, doesn't necessarily mean that it's a better flying experience. And to me, that's insane, because you're always taught that the progression of technology is designed to make people's lives better. Oh no, I prefer the first version, Black Evo. I by a long shit. Oh yes, of course, the next generation 737 was cable driven, yes. It was the A320 series that was fly-by-wire. Oh, you're in an FA-18, Sukma. No worries. I'm just doing a touch and go here, and then I'll be back outside the aircraft and we can see you. The supercritical wing on the 737NG was more twitchy. And then on the 737 MAX, the wings just decided to stop working. Sorry. I shouldn't be making jokes about that sort of shit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so what Lizard Man said basically is the non-joking version of what I just said. But I think they've fixed the problem now, haven't they, with the 737 MAX? They've got so many fail-safes and overrides now that you can't... that issue can no longer occur. Hey! Hey, Beeve, how you going, mate? Welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing really awesome. We're just coming in for a touch and go here. Gonna do a flapless touch and go. Putting the landing gear down at 140 knots. That's not going to rip it off or anything. Yeah, exactly, Black Evo. Exactly. I nearly, when I was coming home from Asia, I nearly booked my velocity points on Singapore Airlines 737-8 MAX 8. Going to Cairns and then changing planes so I could fly in Singapore Airlines new 737 MAX business class because they had a business reward available, but I couldn't find a decent connecting flight. I'd have to stay overnight in Cairns or Darwin, and that just made the cost stupid. Yep, no worries. All good, Black Evo. All good. Flapless touch and go. This is either going to go really well or end in tears. Hey, I see Sukma. Does that count as a touch and go? It's more of a kiss and go, isn't it? It's one of those drop zones at school in the morning when you're taking your kids to school and it says kiss and go. That's literally what we've just done. I hope you got a good view there, Calling Pigeon, of me on climb out. All right, so the next POI on this flight is the San Mateus Pass, which, as we can see, is 40 nautical miles from where we are. Hey, sorry, James, I didn't see you there, mate. Jumped in. G'day, mate. Welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing really awesomely. It's a pleasure to have you here as usual. Whoop, smacking into all the things. No, we're gonna need to go up fast. Up very fast, up we go. 1,000 feet per minute, let's go, come on. Good plane. Calling Pigeon says, looks like there is an interesting canyon before the next waypoint. Alright, well, I'll follow you, Calling Pigeon. Hey, not a problem, Black Evo. All good, mate. You look after yourself, etc. It's been a pleasure to have you along, and hopefully get to catch up with you soon more in some streams around the traps. Look after yourself, mate. So Lizard Man, if you used to be an engineer on the 737-700, now I'm not an expert, but I get the feeling that you may have worked for Virgin Australia. James, cool, just fed up. Had good long flight, lax to Dallas. Sim froze with error, never had issues in Australia. That's weird. I've had the sim crash, I've never had the sim freeze with an error. That's different. Oh, you worked on a specific model. Only 6 exist. if it's a 737-700 and only 6 exist, I can only assume that it can be one of 3 options. Boeing business jet version, the version that they use for government operations, or the 700ER that they use in Japan. That's the only 3 737-700 models that I'm aware of that could even qualify for only 6 existing. And I probably still haven't got it. I'm sure there's other models out there that nobody knows about. Okay, so it's Boeing business jet based, but it's none of those. Okay. Well, I'm never going to guess it then, Lizard Man. Yeah, why not, James? Absolutely. That's weird. Really, really weird. Alright, where's Sukma? There he is in Black Bear, 5289 in the FA18. Come on, give us a fly past. You're on candid camera, Black Bear. %90 of your VRAM on approach to Dallas, and it sucked 90% of your VRAM. Very nice, Black Bear. Very nice. What's your graphics card, James? If you don't mind me asking. I mean, I'm very, very sure that it's not the issue. Is it the one more 737-700 Lizard? Is it the one that's got the massive like satellite dish thing that protrudes off the back? $6,800, yeah, you've definitely not your graphics card. If you've got 16 gig of VRAM, that's more VRAM than I've got on my 3080. Ah, okay. That's kind of what I meant when I was saying government ones, but I couldn't remember if there was that and the elbows plane as well, which I believe is a 737-700. Hey, Benny Big Bucks is here. He says, "Evening all, Brycel, you are looking well." Benny, mate, I appreciate that so much. Mainly because I'm not actually showing up on stream. There we go. I turned my camera off to take my hoodie off before, and I haven't turned it back on until then. Thank you very much for jumping in, Benny, and pointing that out. Otherwise, I would have gone all the way to the end without realising. Thank you. That's the first and only time that I'm looking well on the internet, is when I'm not actually showing up. Yeah, an E7. Nice, Lizard Man. Nice. You used to work on those, or you still do. Either way, that's really cool. Have I been changing tanks tonight? Benny, I have. You'll be proud. They're almost balanced. It's almost like I'm learning. Right, so where's this canyon, Mr. Pigeon? No pressure. Just putting the pressure on, you know? Oh, we're going up in the world here, Lizard Man. Very nice, very nice. Guys, appreciating the likes as well tonight. Really am. Thank you very much for all of that. I was going to say, I'm like, why is everyone below me at 6,000 feet? That would be because I'm at 7,500. What a genius. Should be in 20 nautical miles. Oh, right. So you mean literally... Oh, you mean at the actual San Mateus Pass. Sorry, Calling Pigeon. The way I read your message originally is there is a canyon before the San Mateus waypoint. Is it San Mateus or San Matthias? Actually, being Spanish, it's probably like San Matthias or something, you know? So, I'm going to zoom out a little bit here on a little nav map, see where we're at. So, we've got the San Mateus Pass. Then we're heading over to Ensenada. Ooh, Enchilada. Enchilada International. And then up to Tijuana. Yeah, cool. And Tijuana is... Yeah, Tijuana's right on the border. I mean, I kind of knew that, but it's just a reminder, you know? James, so what basically goes on behind the scenes is I go in the sim and I have Flight Radar 24, Google Maps, and a little nav map up, and I work out a general flight plan that works distance-wise, picks up, you know, various waypoints, make sure that we use semi-realistic airports, like not the ones that have got stupidly short runways that aren't actually technically airports and have just been picked up by the sim, etc., etc. And then I send those flight plans to Calling Pigeon, and Calling Pigeon is an absolute master. And he goes in and he finds all the various things that I've missed. And then he compiles the flight plan from that, figures out what add-on scenery is available for the area, and then posts it all in the Discord. So technically I am using somebody else's world flight plan, but the original flight plan was designed by myself before I let the master at it. This San Mateus Pass looks incredible from back here. Lizard Man, I do not have a lot of add-on scenery because right up until I got my 3080, which was only a few months ago, I had lots and lots of issues with stability within the sim with my old GPU. So I tended to not run any scenery add-ons that were freeware, and only a very few payware as well, just to try and help the stability issues. However, now that I've got my 3080, it is something that is worth exploring again, very much so. So that should change. There is a shitload of free scenery though, an absolute shitload. Lizard Man, so go for it. If you're keen on adding some scenery to your sim, highly recommend it. The worst thing it can do is crash your sim and you have to remove it, you know? Calling Pigeon will be taking 50% of the cut when and if the financial ability is available for him to take 50% of the cut. So basically, if I can do like what Shane's done and gone full-time streaming, then that's something that we can consider. But right now, I can't even take 50% of the cut because there is no cut. Everything that comes into the channel goes into maintaining the channel through the costs of Epidemic Sound, the cost of Streamlabs, any add-ons, internet, you know, all those things. Oh, I just saw what the bot did, James. It told you off for posting a link because you accidentally put a dot between okay and thanks. Don't worry, my bot's just on a friggin' power trip. Yeah, exactly, James. It's always going to be a hobby. It's always going to be a hobby. Whether it's the full-time job or whether it's you know, just something I do on the side, it's always going to be the hobby, if that makes sense. Calling Pigeon is heading towards... Oh, is it that little canyon that you're about to drop into there, Calling Pigeon? Let's do it. That looks good as. Oh no, he's gone further. He's gone further. Oh yeah, no, it is. It is. Sorry, for a moment I thought you'd gone further than what I thought, because I had a look at little nav map, but little nav maps distance distortion can play with your mind sometimes. All right, another canyon run because it went so well last time. At the rate that I'm descending right now, by about this point the pilot's eardrums would have exploded into pieces. So I'm assuming I've got the correct canyon here. Looks like I have the correct canyon. Who'd have thought? TB21GT Canyon Run aircraft. Down into the canyon here with the FA-18. That appears to have just crashed. Don't worry, Black Bear, nobody actually saw that. Just me.
Access granted.
Do some 3G turns. So the last time I did a 3G turn in a canyon on stream, Lizard Man, I met the side of the canyon because I stalled the wing. I forgot to look at the airspeed. It's alright, the airspeed's not important. A little close for comfort there, I must say. I think I've lost the canyon because Calling Pigeon's gone in a different direction to me. Oh no, maybe that was the canyon. I'm not sure. Was that the canyon, Calling Pigeon? If so, I'm pretty happy with that. That was pretty cool. Yeah, no, that was still interesting. It's still a good little detour on flight. Like, I'm certainly not complaining. And then now we get to go back up in altitude and see the San Matthias Pass. Like, seems pretty good to me, mate. I'm always down for a canyon run. Even if it's like a 2-minute canyon run. Pretty spectacular part of the world right now. Not gonna lie. Pretty specky. Could we'll take like the 748 out on a canyon run, Calling Pigeon. Sometime, just do a random stream in 748s, but a 748 canyon run. Actually, can we set something up like that just for shits and gigs? Canyon running the 747. I feel like that can only go one way. Badly. Can you tell I've heard this song a few times? This was the introductory song for American Truck Sim and Euro Truck Sim back in the day. Back in my day. I've really got to stop running into the microphone. I really hope that's not coming through too much for you guys. So far, I'm basically, you could say I'm having a fight with the microphone, and so far the microphone is winning. Why do you seem so far off the flight plan over there, Calling Pigeon? Are you hand flying, or is it just that's where it's putting you? Oh yeah, no. It would have to be a decent sized canyon, Calling Pigeon. We couldn't go throwing the 747 down in the canyon that we were in a few days ago. I mean, I couldn't even get the Trinidad through the whole way. Benny. I can comfortably say, Benny Big Bucks, in all my years of running, that I have never run into a microphone during a run. Only during streaming. And I blame that on my Italian heritage, because my hands have to be like helicopters at all times. Can't get my point across unless I'm a HC135 with my hands, you know? Right, so we are 46 nautical miles from Enchilada Airport. I know it's not actually Enchilada Airport, but it's just easier. Yeah, my hands speak louder than my voice. Exactly. You know, you do the... Speaking of which, I should probably check how my fuel is. Alright, we're fully balanced now. So I'll switch back over to the left-hand side. Right? I was wondering, Calling Pigeon, I'm like, why are you heading over to... What would be in that direction if you kept on going? Hawaii! Why are you heading to Hawaii? I mean, it's a long bloody way from here to Hawaii. Hey, there would have been, there's a decent canyon here. Could have dived in down here, hung a right, bang, straight down there. But again, it ends within about 5 seconds. Certainly been how long has it been? Been a few weeks now since I've certainly entered a deep canyon, that's for sure. Sorry, that's way too much information to share on stream. It just seemed like the perfect opportunity. It ends in a similar way as well to what it ended for the Trinidad a few nights ago. Me basically slamming into a wall. Sorry, I'm going to change the subject. Oh, there you go. Okay, Benny's on the same subject as me. Yes? Correct, I smashed the canyon wall. It's a whole new way of putting it. I'm feeling young and hip now. I can get on Tinder and be like, you want to smash the canyon wall, or should I? Oh, very nice, Black Bear. Holy, my God, you missed that by a bee's dick. I went full speed and the experience ended early. Not quite, Lizard Man, no. Never been in that situation. The full speed, that is. Only kidding, only kidding. Never made it to full speed. Nah, too much friction burn. I'll start a fire if I go full speed. Remember, I'm not human, I'm a robot. I just hit a few buttons and... Back to serious flight simming business. Okay, Benny's off to do some serious flight sim business, so I guess that's the end of the stream here then, ladies and gentlemen. He wants serious flight simming business. I can't provide that. Sorry to disappoint. Only kidding, only kidding. What's happened to Doggo tonight? She was up sitting on my lap before, but she was very sleepy, like her eyes were just like... Because she's also been up since 5 AM like me. She's currently... right there. You can't see her on webcam, but she is literally right there. If I reach down ever so slightly, I can pat her. But she looks comfy, and she's tired, so I'm not gonna disturb her. I feel like this song brings. It might be time for a bit of just a flying montage without any disruptions for the moment. Alright. Just sometimes the songs, you can just feel them building in the background. It's just like, yeah, that's the kind of song where you just don't want to say anything and you just want to scan the scenery. Calling pigeon. Do you smoke after a canyon run? I don't know, I never looked. Based on the way we do canyon runs, I'm going to say, yeah, the engine probably is smoking. If you're properly lubricated, then full throttle shouldn't hurt. I might need to do an oil change then, Lizard Man. It's been entertaining as well as informative. Benny Big Bucks, what you've done there is you basically hit the nail on the head of what I'm trying to achieve. A little bit of, you know, when, you know how there's the memes where God's pouring the liquid into the glass and he's just like a little bit of this and a little bit of that, etc. Well, I'm the same thing except a little bit of entertainment, a little bit of informative information, a whole lot of talking random rubbish and shit. Yeah. Very nice, Black Bear. That was incredibly good. Last minute pull up. Well done. Stu's coming in as well in the F22, except it doesn't show up as an F22. It's just a very, very, very fast Airbus A330. Life tips, really? Yeah, look, Benny, if you're coming to this stream for life tips, I feel like you probably need to, the first tip you need to take is to reevaluate your life. This is not a good place for life tips. G'day, Stu.
Welcome to All Things Scottish. Our slogan is, if it's no Scottish, it's crap!
That's, yeah, true. True, Lizard Man. True. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. I mean, I haven't done a cooking on the fly in a while. Speaking of which, I'm going to be doing one of those tomorrow during the marathon. It's going to be a more simplified version because the focus is on the marathon. But there's still going to be a little bit of cooking and food involved. We are going to create one of the most insane burgers you've ever seen. Will I make duck flambe? No, probably not. Although there's a burger idea. Put some duck in the burger. Sorry, the brain's just gone food. But yeah, three or four types of protein in tomorrow's burger, and by protein I mean meat. So vegetarians and vegans, not recommend to attend that stream. Pretty sure my housemate's going to get sick of eating burgers because this week I was practicing various burgers for the cooking on the fly. So he's eaten 2 burgers the last 2 nights, and now he's going to be eating more burgers over the next few nights. Going to come to me in 3 weeks' time and be like, "Why have I put on 10 kilos, bro?" Me. My fault. I should put duck in a burger. I reckon I could make a mint duck burger. Make like a sticky blood orange sauce, spicy sticky blood orange sauce. Braise some duck leg and some duck fat with rosemary and thyme, and then pull the duck leg, and then some pickled veg, bit of carrot, bit of cucumber, bit of red onion. Throw it all in a burger. Get some duck skin, make it crispy, make that the substitute for the bacon. Am I flying while streaming? Absolutely. Absolutely. So the only reason that tomorrow's Cooking on the Fly is going to be slightly different is I don't have all the camera equipment set up for the new space yet. Just because I had to move rooms again just before I went to Asia. So you'll be coming along with my portable tripods. So I don't know if anybody remembers the original Cooking on the Fly streams, but I had the portable cameras on the tripods there's the third screen that I was able to show up close stuff with. So that will be coming with me into the kitchen, and that will see the cooking related stuff, and then we will construct the burgers and all that in the room behind me on a table. So slightly different, and then the next Cooking on the Fly, everything will be set up correctly again with the cables and the cameras and the tripods and the lighting, and all in my kitchen. Yep, Stu remembers. Of course Stu remembers. Your nickname's Tripod, is it, Benny? Well, there you go. Alright, so we just flew over Enchilada Airport. Or, it's not actually what it's called. Ensenada. Which means we are 44.7 nautical miles away from Tijuana. It also means we're about 45 nautical miles away from San Diego in California. Yeah, go, and it looks like you're not far from landing there at all, mate. How was breakfast? Delicious? What'd you have? Eggs Benny? Smoked salmon or bacon? Or both? So Benny, the main series on the channel is the World Tour, which is this, and this is what incorporates the Cooking on the Fly. Then at the moment as well, we have the historic Route 66 flights that we're doing. We have the River Nile flights that we're doing. We have the most eastern to most western point in Australia flights that we're doing. And then starting very, very soon, we're going to be doing milk runs of the world in the A320s and the 737s that have been released for the sim. We are going to be doing Aussie FIFO flights in the BAE 146 or similar. And then we're going to be starting a series called Float Planes on the Mekong River as well. So a few things, and then we'll be bringing back truck sims and stuff as well over the coming weeks/months. So if you want some content, you're gonna get it. Yeah, a bit of everything, exactly. Mainly GA, because Microsoft Flight Simulator is so amazing for GA. But now they've got some really decent airliners, we'll be doing that as well. Oh, they certainly do, Garwin. They certainly do. Ooh, that would be awesome, Garwin. That will be awesome. So the good news, Garwin, is the Mekong is not actually in China. Well, actually, it starts in China. It starts in Xinjiang, but that is the only point in China. The rest of it, we're in Vietnam, Laos, Myanmar, and Thailand. And then I'm also looking at potentially doing something with ultralights and gliders. And also something with the Kodiak and Twin Otter style aircraft. The problem is if I have too many series, though, it makes the world trip redundant, because we're going to visit a lot of these places on the world trip, so I have to be careful in what I pick, which is why following rivers and stuff like that is really, really good, because obviously on the world tour we're not going to be following rivers, crisscrossing cross parts. I definitely want to do something in the Amazon River in Brazil as well. Oh yeah, US National Parks. Yeah. Not a bad idea at all there, Garwin. I mean, I'm not going to steal it. You can do that. Yeah. No, that's cool, Garwin. All good. Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to go around stealing people's ideas. I'd hate to make a channel that took that direction, you know? Yeah. I'm not sure whether we're going to head to the Nunavut and Inuit parts of Canada on the world tour, simply because the maps that are available right now are horrible. Like, there is no point flying up there. It is just shocking. So I might turn that into a series in the future once we have some more better map data up that part of the world, and that can be where we can take like the Kodiak or the Twin Otter or something. Grilling on the fly is your next series. Yeah, you're standing there cooking on a grill, and I'm literally grilling you. Verbally grilling you. I mean, not much would have changed there, really. You could just pretend you're watching one of my streams, but so Canada is getting it is the next world update, late September, early October, but there's not much information in the update about the northern parts of Canada, Nunavut and the Inuit areas and all that. If they do something in those areas, obviously the World Adventure will go there. But if they don't, those parts of the world that are obviously going to need a lot longer with map data, same with northern Russia and all that, they can wait for separate series once they have some good map data. Because there's no point. Like, I was flying up there doing some test runs a few days ago, and it's just like green and black and blurry. So green, black, yellow and blue and blurry ground textures with no definition, no elevation, anything to them. It would be a waste of time. Yeah, there you go, Garwin. Yeah, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not ideal. Yeah, exactly. It looks like Super Mario World. That's exactly right. So I hope they do it. I really do. Especially in the Canadian map update. I'd love to see them do it, but I'm not holding my breath because Canada's such a large country. I think it will probably, like with the United States, it will take a few map updates for Canada to get it to where it needs to be. Right, so we're 20 nautical miles out here, so I reckon it's time to not hit that. That's for sure. That's what we don't do. Alright, let's see if it puts me in the roof of the aircraft when I turn it on. No. Good. Fantastic. Alright, so we are going to turn the autopilot off. The active runway, right, cool. So I need to make a right-hand turn. Cool. Also need to make sure that, no. Yeah, Canada's second largest country in the world after Russia, yeah? In terms of land mass. Got to be careful coming in here to Tijuana because there's so much high elevation surrounding the airport, or surrounding the city, should I say. Just means maybe I can do a bit more canyon running on approach. I mean, probably not the recommended way to do an approach to the airport, but whatever. Sorry guys, I am, apologies for the sterile cockpit, I am concentrating slightly here for this bit, just because with the high elevation and the clouds. Just making sure I'm not gonna cause a problem. Now, you wouldn't, you definitely would not fly through this cloud IRL, that is for sure, not knowing what was on the other side. Right, looks like we're coming to the end of the high elevation area, so I should be able to drop down into this valley now, which means I can be a little bit more interactive and talkative within the chat again. Stu says, are you getting a Hellcat to Garwin? He better bloody get a Hellcat if he's considering a Hellcat. I'm surprised they haven't sent the Hellcats to Australia. Really? Like, even as a limited run for a few years. I know plenty of Aussie blokes, and girls, actually, who if they saw that the Hellcat was coming, they'd be on it. Right, so I'm going to have to come down this valley, go around those mountains there, and then come back around, I guess. Whoa. I was like, oh no, not a CTD. I haven't had a CTD since I changed to the 3080. Not one. Although I don't think it was the GPU, because we've run the GPU in systems, friends' systems afterwards. And they playing the sim and all that, and they haven't had a CTD. So there was another culprit, and the only other culprit that I took out of the PC when I upgraded the GPU was I took out the power supply and replaced it for a better one. Geez, bloody low cloud here over Tijuana. Causing all sorts of havoc for myself. Trying to do this approach visual. That's definitely something I do miss about the DA40 from the first 100 legs, is the synthetic vision and the Garmin glass cockpit and all those things that just made life so much easier when the weather was shit. Stu says, see you all, bye, it was fun. Was it though, Stu? You were only here for like 20 minutes, but if that was fun, hey mate, you know, I'm glad. I'm really glad. Glad you enjoyed yourself despite the short period of time. Mate, you look after yourself, and I will catch you very, very soon in a stream. Oh god, the airport's right there. Okay. No, don't be sorry, Stu. Don't be sorry, mate. I just, I felt bad for you. More than anything. Wow, okay, that's a few stutters. Lizard Man says I'd better sleep now. Take care, everyone. Hopefully I'll fly for a bit during the big stream. Not a problem at all, Lizard Man. You look after yourself here, mate. Have a good rest, and I will hopefully catch you at some point tomorrow. Okay, despite the messed up approach, that's one of my better landings in the last few streams. Minus 58 feet per minute. I will take that. That is buttery. Right, I need a runway exit. Is that a runway exit? That's a runway exit. Cool. That goes straight to the GA area. Perfecto. Just rip the parking brake on, send the pilot and the co-pilot through the windscreen. That's fine. Oh. I need to get a better mounting system for that. That hat is getting shitty. Alright. Well, ladies and gentlemen, legends of the highest regard, welcome to Tijuana here in Mexico. Actually, maybe we can add a Mexican cooking on the fly to tomorrow as well. Again, do it like the burger thing, but you know, where we could sort of just walk out, construct, and then walk. Maybe I can organise that. Anyway, sorry, brain's just gone off on a tangent. Yeah, welcome to Tijuana. Last location here in Mexico, right on the US border. I mean, where we're parked, if we go, you can literally go from the terminal here in Tijuana and you can walk across an air bridge into the United States from the terminal, which is insane. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy that stream as much as I certainly did. The scenery was on point. Massive shout out again to Calling Pigeon for his efforts with the flight plans. Always nails it. Absolutely nails it. Guys, as you know, tomorrow in about, what are we, 16 hours time or something, we're going live for 24 hours, potentially including 2 cooking on the flies now. would love to see all of you there. But guys, wherever you are in the world, you stay safe, stay well. Don't do anyone I wouldn't do, and more importantly, don't do anyone that I did. And I'll catch all of you in the next stream. Cheers, and have a good one.